too.
Right, hey there guys, Sim3 here from SoulForge, giving you a deck profile on my Thing Saver deck for premium format. So we got Wingard Brave being our starter purely because he allows us to search certain things in our deck, which is quite good, and also he can avoid them things like Berserk Dragon if Kagero ever shows up, ever. But yeah, he's one of the best starters for Royal Paladin. Let's go to grade 3s. Our Ace Boy, Thing Saver Dragon. Basically Thing Saver Dragon is Legion, put 4 cards back. Legion is Blast Blade Seeker, and then it gets to like restand a bunch of times. It's one of my favourite cards to use in this, and especially now with you able to put imaginary gifts underneath. It will allow you to swing from just a 22k to a 42k and maybe 62k with under that. So it can reach some pretty nice end game, definitely. And the way we're going to get the imaginary gifts is Alfred Early. Alfred Early is just CB1. Take a card like Blaster Blade from your. So you get Blaster Blade from your hand or soul to the rear guard circle. It gets plus 10k. And you draw a card. He's just there for imaginary gifts, but the draw helps. And then what the deck is centered around is our boy Blaster Blade. So he just gains a crit now if you get 4 rear guards, and obviously CB1 Soul Blast 1 retire a dude. Obviously it has been the front row, but still he's like one of the big cards that just allows this deck to work, to do floor power and Flogel and whatnot. Our way of getting him is Favored Pupil, I forget this guy's name, Favored Pupil of Light and Dark Lu. So literally he is boosted by a Blaster Friend Barkgol or a Floor Paladin Flogel, and there's Barkgol. We'll get to him a bit later. And when you're boosted by that, he gets an extra 3k, Counter Blast 1, move him into the soul, and when you do, you get to call out a Blast Blade, or grade 2 Blaster, basically. It adds for multi-attacking, and it can get some nice numbers on an imaginary gift. We have 2 Blast Blade Seeker, purely just because it's a Legion mate. For Thing Saver, he's got no other purpose other than that. And then 2 Blaster Dark. So Blaster Dark just there because CB1 gets to retire a dude, and then obviously if they've got no fielding, when you ride it, it gets a twin drive. I mean, who doesn't want a twin drive, right? It's all good. And then we've got 4 Blaster Friend Barkgol. Basically, he's there for more targets for Lu, but he's also, when a Blaster Blade is called in the front column, if you've got a Blaster Vanguard, counter charge. So when you get to ride Alfred, it doesn't work too well, but it's special. One thing that's good about this is that if you're actually like on your grade 2 turn and you get this with the Lu, you get a counter charge, and so you can like boost with this. So 19k column with Lu, put it in soul, core Blaster Blade, counter charge, and continue on your attack. So it's a bit of an old combo that we used to do back then, but it works well still in this day and age. 4 Little Sage Marin. Marin is just purely for drawing a card, just being able to call a unit in front, CB1 draw a card, and just get more and more into your deck. 3 Laurel Knight Sisilus, or how you pronounce it, basically stride fodder. Literally, since you're riding your grade 3s more now, you don't want that around. You want to be able to ditch it stride. And then so it's going to like Blaster Rapier Laura, resist unit, as well as if I had a King of Knights Alfred in this deck, 1k, The purely idea is due to the fact it's got Blaster in the name, which is able to help trigger Wingard Brave, which all helps. And then my trigger lineup. Now, so as you saw, there was no grade 1 PGs in that. That's because I'm doing something a bit different. So with this deck, you're running 4 floor Paladin Flogel, like always. It is your best card in the deck. That's a critical, and the fact that it can restand Blast Blade is just amazing. For a simple CB1, bounce it back to deck, restand Blast Blade as soon as it attacked. And then I run 4 Bringer of Hope Epona, right? And this is your 10k crit. Vanilla does nothing really. But then what's different is that most people run 10 crit to draw. I'm running 4 draw. I found just running 4 draw in this build just helps me get to my combo pieces a lot better, which is what I like. Honestly, it just helps out a bit more, and I don't find the crits being also a problem as much. Also, I can legion the crits back in, so that's also a thing. And then we have what's the name? For Remedy Angel. Basically, when you G-Guard, you can bind a copy of itself and a copy of a heal, and you get to counter charge. So, or you can soul charge. So it helps fuel Soul Saver, not Soul Saver. It helps fuel Thing Saver, but it also helps keep my damage around, which is quite nice. So that's all it for the main deck. We have 2 Gancelot. He's just straight up like attack, counter charge, 4 drive checks for free. Can't complain with that, and it gives you Blast Blaze resist. Fides, you want to use it to. So if you ride Thing Saver and you haven't got an Alfred, since this requires an Alfred and Blaster, you can always unflip one of these for the skill and get to call out a dude, which is nice when you call when you get to call out another. But you can call out grade 2, like you call out Lou, for example, and it adds for an additional attack if you've got Bark Golf support. For Alfred, Alfred is literally just to give that twin drive to Blaster Blade, and then just have 5 drive checks. I don't ever really go into it much, but if I get a chance, I will. 2 Elder Divine Knight Altmile. Basically call it, unflip copy, Spherical grade 2. Just goes into Lou or Blaster Blade, anything, just to get an additional attack. And it gives front row 3k as well as that unit you call 5k. We have GB8. I don't ever get to use it much, but just being able to call out a full field for CB1, and if you've got an already full field, so you attack with them, and then you get to do this guy and then call out a new full field. He gets a crit and gives him all 4k. It's pretty good. Problem is he's getting there, but I've had opportunities to get there at some points. And then Ultima, Self Dragon, base CB2, stack 2 cards top deck, call 2 dudes. It's just your ender if you can, if need be. Laser Guard Dragon, gains 5k if you've got grade 2 rear guard. No grade Sage Mount. You want to conserve soul, so I'm only running 1, but it allows me to call a card from the deck, and that unit will get 5k. So I can call something like, so I can call something like Little Sage Mount, and it's a 10k shield, so it'll become 15k, which is pretty nice. It can, it's just got more guarding potential than it used to. 2 Great Flash Shield Assault. As long as you got an Alfred or Blaster Vanguard, CB1, and gain mass shield power, basically for each rear guard. I might cut this down to 1 though now since I'm running things there, but I don't know, 2 seems to work out for me. And Mascol. Mascol is unflip a copy of unflip a G Guardian and gain plus 10k for having a unit. There is a rear guard. Yeah, as long as there's a rear guard in my front row, it gets 10k. So I might try and get another one and run 2 of this just to reach GB8 quicker, but I'll see. But this car is definitely really helpful. Anyway, that was it for the deck profile, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Any questions on the build itself, feel free to post a comment about it. And it's definitely a different build, I know, on how some people play it, but it's definitely the one I found works the best. And I know that someone's going to make a comment on it. Where is Tana? Good question. I own one. I just don't feel the need to use him. I'll be honest with you, Tana just seems like this thing. Unless I'm going first, nah, it's not that useful. So personally, I've just referred to focusing on having more useful rear guards that do something, than actually just have Tana that potentially works if you go grade 3 or not. But that's just my personal opinion. Feel free to talk about it in the comments if you actually feel strongly that I'm wrong and want to explain why. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next deck profile.